Howdy, 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 everyone. Today we have chest and triceps, as you see in the title. Today we got kind of a bit of a rush. I don't want to say rush, but a quicker workout today. Probably about like a 45-minute workout or so. So I might do less volume today, which isn't always bad. You know, if you can do like 1 or maybe 2 sets on an exercise, do 3 exercises, do about 5 to 6 sets. That's not a bad workout at all, you know, especially if you're actually training intense. That's why when I say like intensity is the most important thing of your workout, you could do 3 sets, right? But if they're all to failure, right, that's a good workout right there. You know, you're going to be sweating, you're going to get, I don't know about the pump, but you're going to be feeling good after that, you know, because if you push yourself truly, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. You know, maybe 1 set. I know Jeff Nippard just did a video, which was low sets and lows and everything. And I have no problem with it, you know. But like, I think he said like 2 sets a week. That's a little bit low for me, you know. Or like 3 or 4 sets a week. That's a bit low, right? I think 10 sets a week wouldn't be bad, right? And that would be 2 chest workouts and then 5 sets each workout, right? I think that's good. I do about I do like 6 to 10 sets per workout. So like I'm getting around 12 to 20. And that sounds kind of high. But the thing is, for me, I've been able to recover fine. I haven't been able to increase my weight in every workout. I'm not progressively overloading every time. I've also been doing this close to 4 years now. So when it comes to, you know, just being able to recover every workout, for one, I'm natural, and 2, it's not like I haven't been doing this for, it's not like I've been doing this, for like 8-10 years or whatever, but I've been doing it long enough where my progress is more stagnant rather than progressive over time every time I work out, which that's fine with me. But I'm not to the point where I'm only getting a pound of mass a year, you know. And when it gets to that point, your boy might do some little experimenting. But I got to do more research on that, because I know the whole cycle stuff is very unsafe. But if I can make it as safe as possible, you know, be able to have kids and whatnot, that's all I care about, you know. But I think we're going to get in there and do... Probably, I don't know what I want to do first, because I always usually start out with a pressing movement, like an incline dumbbell, but I might do, I'll probably still do a pressing movement first, but I might do like an incline machine first, right? I might do just purely machines today, or I might do incline bench. I might do that today, I might not, I don't know. I gotta figure it out, kind of figure out what I want to do with everything. But yeah, I don't know. We'll get in there, train very hard as per usual. I think I was gonna say I'll probably focus more on my triceps, but I think my chest needs to be more prioritized than my arms do. I think my arms have been looking really good, especially on this bulk that I've been doing. And the thing is, I don't know why, honestly, I feel leaner, right? In like my veins, like I have more vascularity, and that's maybe because I have more carbs in my system. And that's probably what I should have done on my cut, which is have more carbs in my days. But that's something you live and you learn, and you keep going on with your lifting life and everything. So I think it just really depends on how my body reacts. And I think I really react really well to high carbs, which I'm pretty sure everybody does. And this is one of those things I'm going to have to figure out for when I'm competing, right? Because to do a show, you need to have, like, you know, all your weeks of everything, right? You have to have low sodium on your last week and have no water one day and then a lot of water the next day. And then, you know, I got to figure all that out, right? So it's mainly just about figuring it out and how my body reacts to stuff, right? Obviously, high carbs for me, I have great workouts. If I have low carbs, I don't have bad workouts, but I have less energized. I'm not as strong, you know, because carbs are the main source of, you know, energy. other than fat, but that's, a whole different subject. But honestly, I would prioritize, if I was you, carbs over protein. And that's just because you just look so much fuller, you look so much vascular, but obviously you need protein, right? I think you should always have, I've heard like Elijah Mundy, I don't know if you guys know him, he's on TikTok, but he says 0.8 grams per body weight. So like 180 pound person is like 140 or 150 grams of protein, which I still think it's, a gram or 1.2 grams per body weight is how much protein you get. Because the more protein you get, I don't see how that would be bad. Maybe it's a little too much. Like if you're doing, like 300 grams of protein, that might be a little too much. But look at all the guys like Ronnie Coleman and Jay Cutler. They're getting 400 grams of protein a day. Look how they look. So it just really depends on your own research and your own body, how you react to stuff. So, but enough talking. Let's get in here, get a good workout in. This was my replacement for upper chest movement rather than doing an incline dumbbell bench. Just more stability for 1 and 2. I just wanted to do machine work rather than, dumbbell work that day. And probably this will be my staple rather than doing a dumbbell bench, because I felt more of a contraction when I was doing this, a better squeeze and a better stretching. So. Here we have one of my other staples in my chest movements. I am not getting rid of this exercise on this particular machine until I max it out for multiple reps. Just one of my favorite machines. I tried to go a little bit heavier today, so my form wasn't as good as usual. But I think I got around 10 to 12 reps on this. So obviously just keep going up in weight and progressively overload, and don't be stagnant. Here is a new machine I tried. I just only did 1 set and a drop set. I didn't really like it too much. It's like it's like the machine at Planet Fitness, but instead of like it kind of like just going straight up, it kind of turned into like a fly when you're going on the stretch position. Like right there, you can kind of see my hands going out rather than just going straight down. It felt really good on a stretch, but the only thing I would have done differently with it is just have like a thing where my foot and it can like push the things up, so I don't have to use all shoulders right there. Or like some blocks where I could just make them fall off when they do. So I can have that just start in like that push position rather than all the way down the shoulders. Here we have another new movement I kind of started adding and I want to do more. This machine is really good for the triceps. It's just like a tricep dip machine rather than doing just like a normal dip. It's just really focusing on the tricep. It's like that machine at Planet Fitness that you guys seen in the past as well. I probably could have done more weight, but the thing is I tried doing another plate on this and it literally didn't go anywhere. I probably could have done maybe like a 25 on each side, but I'd rather just do kind of lower weight on this one, get a really good squeeze on my triceps. And for the last movement of the day, just because this was kind of more of a, not rushed, but like shorter workout, just some tricep push downs, did it for about 4 sets. Really good exercise, can't complain about it. Really just targets the triceps and that's really it. Go heavy for this and push yourself. Hello, hello. I need to get a haircut for sure. I probably won't though. I've been lazy on scheduling it, so, and Lord knows I know how to cut my hair, so. Today was a pretty good workout. You guys can see at the end, I had a decent pump. You know, you can't really see much because I'm not wearing those skin tight pump covers because I really want to be a pump cover, but I just always forget to record my my kind of pumps afterwards, because the thing is about me, I'm not flexing in the mirror inside the locker room for, 30 minutes. I'm only in there for like a quick minute, maybe 2 minutes, doing like a quick boom, boom, some back stuff and maybe a chest thing, and I'm done. It's not like a routine thing. I should practice more in my posing, and because I know it helps like with muscle density. I've heard that, like you do I like I forget who it is, but the guy who I think is Ramy, I think that's his name, the guy who coached C-Bump, I think he made him do like pose downs after every set. Like it was like a pump thing or whatever, where if you do like a fly set or an incline dumbbell press like what I would do or something, he would make him do like a quick kind of like that type of thing. So I don't know. I don't know about all of it, I know posing helps with like just posing in general, because it's like, hey, yeah, we're gonna help you with posing to make you look bigger than you are type shit, So but it's just like I said, live and you learn. You'll find out eventually. Because I don't know, I think posing, like, obviously is a good thing to learn, because if you pose horribly, you look smaller than you actually are. I've seen some guys who have pretty good proportions that they don't know how to use them properly, and I like kind of taught them, hey, you should do this rather than this in your pictures, and they'll look 10 times better. They did it, and they looked 10 times better, like what I was saying. But I don't know. In posing, like I said, it's not the most important thing, especially if you're not trying to be a bodybuilder, you really don't care about pictures much, then who really cares about posing, But if you are trying to be a bodybuilder, or if you are wanting to post pictures on Instagram or whatever, TikTok, then posing might be important, But I just, the one thing about me is I need like a cameraman. Everything I take, that's like, videos aren't always bad, but like every type of picture I take that's like a pose down of me or something, it looks so bad. And in the mirror, I think I look great. I'm like, wow, these are gonna be good shots. Like, dude, I look sick. My chest looks sick, everything. Dude, none of that looks the same. Also, this guy behind me is like tilting his head like this, about to fall asleep behind the wheel, it looks like. I hope he's okay. Don't fall asleep, bud. But yeah, I don't really know what the point I'm getting at here is, but pretty much, pose if you want, pose if you don't. But yeah, pretty good workout, like I said earlier. I did get it done quick. I got it done in 45. Well, I think it was like 47 minutes. I'll kind of say during the video how many sets I do for each. But the thing is, I was resting for about 2 to 2.5 minutes, and I got it done in 47 minutes. I got 12 sets done for 2 body parts. That's a good day. Like, you don't need to do 18, 20 sets a workout. You don't. You really don't need to. You can do it if you really please and you really have the time. But that's the thing, I think a lot of people that say they don't have time for working out, they only think a workout is like a marathon. They think a workout is like 3 hours long bare minimum. That's not the case at all. I'm a bodybuilder, well, inspiring bodybuilder, but I'm a pretty big guy, right? I'm 190, 195, pretty lean, right? And I get my workouts done in 45 minutes. Ronnie Coleman's workout, where he said we're 45 minutes. Now, I don't fully trust a lot of the bodybuilders back in the day. Like, now I trust them a lot more because everyone's open about all their steroid usage and everything. But like back then, they were even saying they weren't on steroids, and Ronnie said he wasn't on steroids at, when he looked crazy in his natural kind of state or whatever. But the point I'm trying to say is, you can get it done in 45 minutes or less even. Give yourself, let's say you did like the bro split, all right? Or maybe you did, like on a leg day. A leg day, really do 3 workouts. Dude, 10 minutes per workout? Dude, think about that. You don't need 10 minutes per workout. You need maybe 5 or 7 if you really want to get it done, right? Now, if you really want to rest, like if you're, now, this is mainly for people who like want to kind of just go to the gym and get healthy, or you're inspiring, or you're a bodybuilder, right? Power lifters on the other hand, and like strongmen, that's a whole different ball game that I don't know anything about. I don't know how they work out really. I don't know any of that. I don't try to go into that territory because, for one, I'm injury prone to deadlifts so much. I hate it. I always wanted to do deadlifts. It looked really cool. You're doing a lot of weight. You know, you're slamming that bar down, and it's all cool. But myself, I get injured every time. And that could be because I'm just going like right into trying to do heavier weights, and like kind of just going from not doing deadlifts at all right to 315 every time pretty much. And that probably is bad. I probably should do like 225, 275 for a little while and then go to like those 315 numbers. But, you know, it's like, it's a lot of ego in that factor. It's like, dude, I don't want people to see me doing 225 over here, man. I look like a weak boy. What am I doing? I was skinny at one point. I'm not skinny anymore. I don't want to lift like I'm skinny still, you know? But that's just ego and everything else. That's a big part of the gym. It's like this guy named Joe Bartolozzi. You guys probably know him. He goes, if I see a guy in as good of shape as I am or better, I want to work out harder. And that's true for the most part. It's just when you see someone bigger than you, you don't, like he said, you don't inspire to look like them exactly, but you want to just be bigger or stronger overall. And that's true. If you see some guy, you know, looking pretty good, right? And, you know, let's say you're natural, right? And the other guy's natural, but he's just bigger. Maybe he's done it longer than you, or, you know, whatever not. They're like, dang, I want to do that because he's natural. You know, why can't I look like that? I just got to have more patience and time. And then I get that, right? More effort, more patience, just more time at the gym. And you can get that. Lex Little said a very good thing. It was, if you think everyone's natural, you don't get upset about your progress and how you look, because you think that you can always achieve that level for the next level. You always think you can get to that next step. And that's true. I feel like myself, I look really good as a natural guy. Like me personally, no ego stuff, right? Aside that, I think I'm one of the best looking guys when I walk into a gym, right? And that's not me trying. I just think my proportions, how lean I am, and my body weight and all that, I think that contributes, right? I'm not the strongest guy. I don't want to be I would want to be the strongest guy, right? I would love to be, but that's not my main goal. My main goal is to look aesthetic and have that classic looking physique, right? I want to be big and lean and have that aesthetic appeal, right? Like a Superman type of build, you know? But, you know, if there's always a guy in there that like maybe bigger than I am, I'm like, dang, I want to look like that guy. You know, I want arms like that guy. I want legs like that guy or something. Then I can just work harder maybe, you know. But especially if you're working out with somebody that's as strong as you are, or stronger, or as lean as you are, or leaner, or, you know, whatnot, it makes you want to work harder because you see that physical representation of hard work, right? You know. And that's why I said I want to be like. I want to be able to motivate people without even saying anything to them. I want to just be able to look at me and be like, wow, I want to be like that guy. You know, because that guy's cool. That guy's strong. That guy's big. That's awesome, dude. You know, I think that's what a lot of like those guys in the Olympia feel like, because they feel like they're inspiring people. And I know a lot of them do it for money, or they're doing it for fame or anything. But like at the same time, when I'm competing in the Mr. Olympia, right, and I have people looking at me and cheering me on or whatever, that's really cool. But also, I just think about like maybe the little kid in the crowd. It's like, wow, I want to be like that guy. That would be cool, you know? Not just like, you know, some guy, you know. I don't want to just be some guy that's big and strong. I want to be a motivator, you know? I want to be a guy who can do a TED Talk without doing the TED Talk, you know? But I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. I hope I inspire one of you guys out there to do more. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye now.